welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Okay, good morning. No, it isn't morning. It's afternoon, or well, it could be morning where you are if you're in the States, in the Pacific Coast. Good morning to you over there in California. But good afternoon if you're in New York. Good afternoon if you're in the UK. Good evening if you're in the UK. We are 20 seconds away from the start. My group, if you're going to be running with me, we're going to go at about 9 for the first few kilometres, I reckon. Let me just announce that to the gang. I think 9 kilometres per hour to start for my group. Right, Sarah Jacobson makes a very good point, because yesterday we did the Tour de Zwift and I made a fundamental error in that I didn't double check that Victoria's avatar was moving, and we did half the run and Victoria's avatar had stayed stood on the start line, not moving at all. Yeah, hashtag screens for Victoria, because she couldn't see, of course, that her avatar wasn't moving. And it's still the case today that she can't see whether her avatar is moving or not, but I am 99.9% confident that Victoria is moving. And Victoria thinks she can see herself in the bottom left of the screen. So, and she is in fact moving. I can see now bottom right of the screen. Victoria's name is there next to Debbie Colville and Sebastian and Carl. Welcome along to the combined community run. Angela, good evening to you, or hello to you. Angela's over in the States. Denise says, have a good run. Amy says, hello everyone. Amy has continued her mission to comment on almost every one of my videos on my Film My Run channel. Thank you, Amy. So we're starting off at 9 kph. We've got 10k to do. If we stayed at this pace, we'd be done in about an hour and 6-7 minutes or so. But I think we will probably speed up as the run continues. Kevin DeLuca is leading the run, and he will be going at 10 kph. Kevin says, welcome to the community run. Oh, there's an idea. Victoria's suggesting we go up 0.1 every kilometre. I Better Half is suggesting we increase the speed by 0.1 every kilometre. How does that sound to the people of my group? FMR runners or runners who are just wanting to stay with me? So we basically finish on 10 kph, 0.1 for every kilometre. Anybody interested in that? Question mark? All right. Hello, Jon. Jon's going to join us next week. And Sarah Jacobson's going to be back regularly next week. Apparently, Paul Deering and Debbie Colville are happy with going up 0.1 every kilometre. Okay, so that's a nice steady run with a tiny little bit of progression. Fine with Amy, says Amy, so that's okay. That's a nice gentle start for the week. So yeah, going up 0.1. So from 9, we'll finish on 10 kilometers an hour at the end. Nice, gentle, easy running to start off our week's training. Jeff Partridge says, I can't be arsed tonight. First day back at work today since he was helping out at the Spine. Kevin says, I prefer to social distance from Stephen's technical problems. Kevin, what are you talking about? I never have any technical issues! Exclamation mark. Yeah, Jeff, you should be tapering anyway, buddy, shouldn't you? This is your first day of tapering today for the Arc of Attrition. Oh yeah, must have been last week was the first week of tapering. I can't imagine you got much running done last week, Jeff. So what's been going on with everybody this week? Have you all had a good weekend? What are your plans for this week? Right, I'll one-up you on that. I've been tapering for 10 years, Jeff. Right, we're getting into this now. Half a kilometre in, running through Yumezi, beautiful Makuri Islands, countryside. So my group looks like we've got Rob Harrison, Trev Wilson, Paul Deering, Janowska, Hallman, Sebastian, Clive, Gurney, Scrambled Legs, Patino, Debbie Colville, Amy Green, Clive Stride is with us as well. Yoko is with us as well. I've just said, yes, we're on Yumezi, which is one of the Makuri Islands. So at the moment we've got two worlds in Makuri. One is Neokyo and one is Yumezi. So this is Yumezi. It is supposed to be a representation of the Japanese countryside. So some beautiful little forests and villages and all round pretty place to run. And there is, hang on a second, there is Mount Fuji in the distance, and we're all hoping that one day we will get a route up Mount Fuji. It's some 3,000 meters of climbing. It would be absolutely amazing. I think it's 3,000 meters. It would be amazing if we could get a run route or a road for cyclists and runners to go up the side of Mount Fuji one day. It is pretty, Angela, yes. Oh, Rob Harrison says that Janowska is my sister, says Rob. Is that true? Is that real? Okay, Sarah Jacobson wants to know how angry Victoria was. Honestly, she says, how angry was Victoria? Well, no, let me answer first. My opinion is that Victoria wasn't angry particularly with me, but she was very peed off, let's say, particularly annoyed that it didn't register and she didn't run. I wouldn't say she was particularly angry at me, per se. Hang on.
Hi, Sarah. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, 7 or 8, I was pretty peed off. However, I'd hit my weekly target distance, which helped with my mood. And the fact that we'd had a really good day out in London, I think that helped as well. Yeah, could have been better. I'm with Tina in the camp that Apple TV is rubbish with Zwift.
Oh, a damning indictment of Apple TV by Victoria. You know, so... Right, look guys, you all know that there are on-screen faces and off-screen faces, okay? So if we've had a bad day, if we're annoyed, angry, if we've had an argument, if things haven't been good, we will always try and appear cheerful and happy on screen. And generally a run cheers anybody up, doesn't it? So, but you know, once the screen goes off, once the stream is finished, then you can vent. And honestly, Victoria and I, both of us, were really annoyed that Victoria's run didn't register. And the Noble, we were annoyed with the Noble Pro, and we were annoyed with Apple TV, because both of them, there must have been errors on both sides for it to just not work. But it also, we're annoyed with ourselves for not double checking that it wasn't working. But there we are. What can you do? Yes, and at least, Victoria says, at least it was a short run. It wasn't like we did 10 miles that didn't register. It was only a couple of miles. Not even a couple of miles, to be honest. 3.8. Rob Harrison says, my Apple TV is now back following a failed... Oh, is now bricked following a failed firmware update. Oh, disaster. Sarah says she didn't want to comment yesterday for fear of making the situation worse. Yeah, it was horrible. I felt so bad. And you know, the hashtag screens for Victoria thing couldn't have been borne out with more obvious horror yesterday, could it really? Because obviously if Victoria had had a screen, she would have been able to see that she wasn't moving. However, today Victoria is right beside me. I've had a good day out in London today. Victoria's had a good day at work. So it's all good today. Victoria, are you at 9.1? Right. So Sebastian is just reminding you that you should be at 9.1. I said 9.1 on the screen, but you haven't got a screen, so you wouldn't be able to see that it was 9.1. You're right with me. You haven't lost anything, I don't think. Yeah, first world issues, absolutely, Angela. Who is going to be the first to attempt a bad joke today? Question mark. We haven't had any jokes yet on screen, unless I've missed them. Oh, Sabrina says didn't. So Kevin didn't. Kevin did attempt a joke apparently. Oh, Sabrina, perhaps I wasn't paying attention. Oh, clearly not. Yeah, Kevin says you missed my joke. Hashtag screens for Victoria, says Sebastian. Kevin, I won't ask you to repeat it. Kevin, I won't ask you to repeat it. Rob Harrison said hashtag aircon for Stephen. Right, so 54 minutes to go or so. We are slowly making our way through Yumezi, through the beautiful countryside here. Kevin, can you advertise my Paris Marathon interval training session tomorrow? Or is that against the rules? Paris Marathon training tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. UK time, guys. If you want to come along and join us, interval session tomorrow, Tuesday evening on Zwift. We are doing Paris Marathon training. What, Paul? Did he have technical issues last week? Oh yes, yeah. Paul Deering had disastrous technical problems last week, didn't he? Yeah, of course he did. First time he's ever... Was it the first time he's ever fallen off a treadmill or something? Megan thinks Kevin is not speaking to her. Yeah, 9.2 now. Kevin is speaking to Megan. So 9.2 now. Yeah, Paul says I had a nightmare. 9.2 kilometres per hour now for my little group. Yeah, it was a very tough workout that we did last Tuesday. Paris Marathon interval training tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. UK time. Lee Ryby doesn't look happy about Paris Marathon interval training. It'll be fine. Let me check what it is tomorrow. It can't be as hard as yesterday, as last week's, can it? Can't be as hard as last week's. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so look, here we go. So this is the session tomorrow. It is only six intervals. It's about a 38-minute session. And they're quite short, 90-second intervals with 1 minute recovery. So you've got 90 seconds of hard work with 1 minute of recovery, and we've only got 6 of them to do. So that should be a nice session tomorrow. Nowhere near as hard. Let me enter it, there we go. So I'm signed up for that now. Sebastian reckons it's hard. No, it's not as hard. Pete Laporte, I've missed Pete's joke. Pete Laporte has done a joke. Hang on a second. Let me find it on chat. Right, I'm still scrolling back to see... Okay, what is brown, hairy, and wears sunglasses? What is brown, hairy, and wears sunglasses? An influencer coconut on vacation. Yes, that's terrible. Absolutely terrible, Pete. Yes, congratulations, Pete Laporte. That was the worst joke I have ever heard. Oh, right, your surname is spelt wrong. Sorry, Pete. We are 2.5 kilometres in to the community run. Ian Matthews says my jokes were top drawer compared to that. Stefan Gross is now level 20. Congratulations, Stefan, on reaching level 20. Right, Pete says, why couldn't the pony sing a lullaby? Because she was a little horse. Yeah. They're not getting any better, are they? Hello to my bigger... Right, hang on a minute, Leo. Right, okay, this is not on. I thought I was your bigger friend. Right, he says, hello, Stephen, and massive hello to my bigger friend, Victoria. Your wife is amazing. Oh, hang on a minute. Do you mean she's fatter than me? My bigger friend Victoria. Yeah, that is, I mean, yeah, she has got to lose a bit of weight since Christmas. There were too many mince pies on the table, and too many mince pies went in Victoria's stomach, so she is now increasing her mileage to lose all that weight that she has gained. Thank you very much for pointing that out, Leo, that I am thinner than my wife. Yeah. No, listen, Victoria is amazing, and she is ramping it up now, training-wise, for Paris, to join all of you in Paris, all of you that are going to Paris to join us on April the 3rd. Ian Matthews reckons I'm cruising for a bruising. Listen, I am regularly beaten by my wife. Listen, I am regularly physically abused by my wife. Full stop. But I give it back just as hard. Full stop. Yeah, well done, Leo, having a rest day. I know it takes some work to not run sometimes, doesn't it? Right, hang on a minute. Kevin now says, Victoria looks very fit, but you, Stephen, I think you've enjoyed too much mince pies. Rob says I'm being mean. I know, Leo. I'm only pulling your leg. Right, 9.3 says Paul Deering. Yes, correct. Thank you, Paul, for reminding us. Thanks for reminding us, Paul. Okay, I admit it. My wife is far fitter than I am. Full stop. And I am the one who ate the mince pies. Megan says, why do women have trouble working in the post office? Okay, I'm going to keep my eyes open for the answer to this. Oh, because it's male dominated. Oh. Did you get what? So why do women have trouble working at the post office? Because it's male dominated. Like that. Do you know what? That's better than any of Pete Laporte's jokes. Ah, well. Victoria says she finds it easier to work in a male-dominated environment. Right, I don't know where this is going. Ian Matthews says, I remember being admitted into hospital once. Okay, where's this going? The nurse said, you're pretty fit, aren't you? I said, you're not bad yourself. Oh dear, come on. Ian. That is terrible. And somebody please call Gina. Full stop. We really need her back. I apologise for everything I've ever said about her. So, we are at 9.3 kilometres per hour. We are 3.5 kilometres in. Megan says, what do you toilet paper in the Starship Enterprise have in common? Oh no, I'm not reading that out. Something about Uranus and Klingons. I am not reading that out. Megan, I am not reading that out on my live stream. Yeah, Leo says, your wife has been amazing helping me with positivity. Yeah, Victoria is very positive in her outlook. Very difficult to make Victoria say negative things to anyone on in terms of running, in terms of encouragement, in terms of getting people out there. And she shows it in the way that she sticks to her training plans. If I say Victoria's got this to do this week, she just goes out and does it. And if anybody on Zwift or on Facebook is in need of a positive encouragement, Victoria's always there with a positive word. Which is more, to be honest, which is more than can be said for me sometimes. I tend to find sometimes it's like, come on, get yourself together, get out there and stop worrying. Which is sometimes not what people need to hear. They need more gentle encouragement than that. They need people to kind of remind them why they're going out running and to remind them what they used to love about running before they hit a wall or before they lost their mojo. And Victoria is much better at that than I am. Yeah, Victoria, Elsa's very good at that as well. Daniel, hello to you, buddy. He's been watching for some time, but he says he forgot to say hello. That's okay. And he's already done his run today. Oh, I haven't got camera angles on, I've just realised. I wonder if... This is always a nightmare, starting camera angles in the middle of a stream, but we'll see if it works. To be honest, it probably won't work, so I'll just have to put manual camera angles on, but we'll just leave it for a minute and see if it works. So, 4 kilometres done, nearly, coming up to, and we're going to increase to 9.4 kilometres per hour in 10 seconds. So up we go to 9.4. 9.4, guys. Okay, so you can't see yet. So we've done 4 kilometres, we've got 6 to go. Take us about 38 minutes to do. I had a nice day out today. Went to London. I decided to go a little bit early, partly to make sure I got up there in time. And also thought, well, if I do get up there nice and early, I can go for a little bit of a run beforehand. So it was a gorgeous day. I drove up to Richmond Park in London where the deer are. I didn't see any deer. I ran 12 kilometres around Richmond Park in the sunshine, absolutely beautiful. And then I went off and did an interview, which will be on the Film My Run channel at some point in the next few days, week or two. In about 10 days' time, we are going down to Cornwall on the southwest coast to live stream the Arc of Attrition 100-mile race. So the interview I did today is kind of linked with that. Yeah, somebody fairly well known in the UK anyway. Who will be running the Arc of Attrition for the first time. So we've got a nice little group. Janoska, Rob Harrison, Amy Green, Lee Ryby, Sebastian Volk, Paul Deering, Clive Finnimore, Trev Wilson, Victoria, Bettino. Stockman is just a few seconds behind. Debbie Colville as well is there. So a nice little group. And we're approaching halfway with 36 minutes to go. keeping the heart rate nice and low. That's what we want to do on a Monday morning. Don't want to stretch ourselves out too much. We can do a hard interval session tomorrow. Are you guys all ready for a hard interval session tomorrow? Question mark? Clive Finnemore thinks he's guessed who I interviewed today. Yeah, you're probably right. Sorry? Yeah, I must have missed that joke. I didn't see it. I might have to put the fan on. I'm getting a bit warm. Leo is going to the running show on Saturday. No Zwift there this year. Unfortunately, I did try and get them there, but it's still COVID restrictions and all that make it too difficult for Zwift to send anyone over. So no one from Zwift will be, unfortunately, at the running show, and I would love to be there, but I've just got too many other things to do at the moment. Going to be swamped in a minute with planning for the Arc of Attrition. I do still have about 4 or 5 other videos that I need to edit. So lots to do, really. So we will not be at the Birmingham National Running Show. But if you're going, have a great time. Anyone else going to the National Running Show? Excuse me. Yeah, we did meet Leo at the National Running Show 2 years ago. Or 3 years ago now, gosh. Oh, Jeff, I'm not sure Anna will be there. Tina Beard says the interval session tomorrow looks mental, but at least the intervals are short. Yeah, 90 seconds should be doable. 90-second intervals. We've got 6 of them to do. It's not a long one, but the intervals will push you. But that's what you need to do. You need to be pushed. To improve, we need to go beyond the comfort zone at least once a week in order to get that speed up, and then all the other runs are about endurance and stamina. Yeah, just time. My de facto advice for injury recovery is just do nothing. Time will heal everything, pretty much. Oh, really? Ugh. Okay, we are getting close now to increasing to 9.5. Halfway through the run. Oh, Jeff, I bet she wasn't happy. But it was she only ran for 4 hours, didn't she? So she's obviously going to be fit enough because she hasn't spent any energy on the spine. But I would be surprised if she makes the start line of the Arc of Attrition. Jeff and I, by the way, are talking about a runner called Anna Troop, who is a pretty relentless ultra runner and who won the Arc of Attrition the last time it was staged. So she would love to go back, I'm sure, and repeat her victory, and she's got the course record. But she's got the course record for the summer spine, yes. Ian Matthews says no, she won't. After a torn meniscus, she won't recover. No, I don't. I think you're right, Ian. I don't think she'll be there. 9.5, says Sebastian, reminding us. Yes, 9.5. Thank you very much, Sebastian. And Rob Harrison, interval session tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. UK time for the Paris Marathon training session. The Film My Run 500 will be at 11:35 UK time if you want to join that. We will be climbing 500 metres. We'll be setting the treadmills at 12% incline. So 2 sessions tomorrow. Climbing session and interval session. The climbing session we do low heart rate, nice and easy, just working the legs. The evening session, high heart rate, working really hard on VO2 max and muscle fibre, breaking the muscle fibres down in the legs with fast intervals in the evening. And then we'll have a nice easy day on Wednesday. Tina says she is on week 3 of 12 of her training, and she's already seeing an improvement. Nice one. I think so. Yeah. What, Tina? Remind us what it is your goal is at the end. We think it's a half marathon. I know you've told us before, Tina, but I can't remember. I'm sorry. A load of ride-ons just dropped on our heads there. Thank you very much.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Sebastian says low heart rate is relative for the morning session. Sebastian, as long as we are not in the orange or red zone for most of it, that is fine. Yes, Tina, do you know what? Honestly, I think you've got that in the bag, Tina. I think you're already at that fitness level, Tina. Yeah, you've just got to have confidence and believe in yourself, says Victoria. Debbie Colville says she's always in the orange or red. Is that your wine colour? Question mark. Actually, you can't get orange coloured wine, can you? Red wine, yes, but not orange wine. To be fair, I don't think I've ever seen orange wine. So Leo is going to the running show in Birmingham next week. He says he's looking forward to seeing Scott Jurek, Carla Molinaro, Damien Hall and Ricky Lightfoot. So Scott Jurek, if maybe you do know that name, Scott Jurek is getting a bit older now, but he is, I think, a 7 times winner, maybe 5 or 6 times winner of the Western States 100. And also for some time held the course record for the Appalachian Way in America. Very, very famous ultra runner from the late 90s, early 2000s. Carla Molinaro is the female Le Jog holder. Damien Hall, you should all know, a very well-known British ultra runner who came in the top 5 of UTMB a couple of years ago and has held many FKTs around the country. Oh yeah, I do have an interview with Damien Hall. I've never interviewed... Well, I've met Scott Jurek and I didn't interview him, but I got him to say something on camera for me many years ago. Never met Carla Molinaro. Damien Hall, yeah, go to the Film My Run channel. I've got a big long interview with Damien that we did whilst running around his neck of the woods. Ricky Lightfoot, What's Ricky done? I think he won. Didn't he win Lakes in a Day a couple of years ago when I ran it? He beat Damien Hall, in fact, I think. Yeah, I think didn't Damien drop a little bit before you, Jeff? Jeff, do you wear Innovates? That you've got another thing in common with Damien there. 9.6, thank you. Keep being reminded. 9.6 now for my group. So we've got 4 kilometres left to do. I'm missing loads of chat on the screen. Amanda's heart rate is 172. Uh, 119 for me at the moment. Yeah, Amanda is obviously going quicker. You are going quicker than me though, Amanda. Mrs. C's heart rate is 128. Kevin DeLuca's is 130. Sebastian, 123. 123 for Clive Finnemore. 130 for Brett Cunningham. 155 for Stefan Gross. 125 for Derek van der Lee. Sabrina's 162. 142 for Joanne Notman. Good work, everyone. 150 for... Oh, I can't see who that is. Incredibles, anyway. Amanda, that's really good. Just keep going, keep working at it. Yeah, these runs should all be about low heart rate. All be about recovery or just slow build of your aerobic base. Yeah, some people might choose to do this run as a high heart rate run, like a bit more than a tempo run. Some people will, of course, race this run, but yeah, in my eyes, this run should be a recovery run, a nice or relaxing start to the week. Miz is at 163. Tina Beard, she's a heart rate of 68. Not 168, 68. She's doing the washing up at the moment. Not running. Sarah Jacobson is bound to be lying on the sofa. What's your heart rate, Sarah Jacobson? Paul Hayward's heart rate is 48. He's definitely not running. Yeah, Paul Hayward is lying down. So we're at 9.6 kilometres per hour. We have been doing a very gradual increase of pace every kilometre by 0.1 kph. And so we'll finish this run on 10 kph. Jeff Partridge is drinking coffee and eating bourbon biscuits. His heart rate is 48. Yeah, is it decaf coffee, Jeff, or is it full caffeinated coffee? Oh, Sarah Jacobson is at her desk multitasking. What she means by multitasking is she should really be working, but she's watching the stream. Heart rate is 65. And it's just shot up to 75 because she's just realised she's been busted. Is her boss going to walk past at any minute? Yes, Sarah says it's still a work day for some of us. Yeah, you'll notice a lack of US flags. Mind you, there are some Canadian flags here today. You will find that on Zwift, if we have an evening run in the UK, a lot of guys over in the States will run during their lunch break because it's early afternoon over in the States on the East Coast. So some people are having their lunch break and they'll get on the treadmill and run with us during their lunch break. However, yeah, it is still the work day. So some people don't get a lunch break. For some it's too early or too late, because if you're in Los Angeles or over in California or anywhere kind of Pacific direction, it's still morning over there, so not even lunchtime yet. Right, Leo has listed a load of things that Ricky Lightfoot has achieved, including winning the Three Peaks race, won the Lakeland Classics trophy, and finished third in seasons in that oh, hang on a second, what year is that? Anyway, he's finished third in the World Skyrunner Series as well. Sarah's working from home. Okay, up to 9.7 now. 3 kilometres to go in our combined community run. So this run happens every Monday, and we join together with all the running clubs on all the major running clubs on Zwift. So we've got PACK, we've got ZLDR, we've got MHG and FMR, and we all combine our members. Some people are members of all those clubs at the same time, but we combine our members and we have this big run every Monday, and it's really been successful. We've got lots of runners who regularly join us, so it's really nice. Always good fun, lots of chat, and we've got just under 3 kilometres left to run. We will be back tomorrow. We've got the Film My Run 500 in the morning, and then in the evening, this is UK time, 11:35 in the morning for the Film My Run 500, and 6:30 in the evening for the Paris Marathon training session, the interval session tomorrow. Hard work tomorrow evening. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. What is MLK Day? You'll have to remind us. I'm sure we should know, but you'll have to remind us what MLK Day is. Does anybody else know what MLK Day is? What's Blue Monday? Oh, Blue Monday, the most depressing day of the year. Wasn't that a few days? Oh, is it today? Oh, right, I didn't know that. Apparently, in the UK today, it is Blue Monday. Full stop. Statistically, the most depressing day of the year. Okay, Martin Luther King Day today. Oh, that's not good, is it? Having Martin Luther King Day on the same day as the most depressing day of the year. That doesn't work. Thank you very much, though. Thank you for reminding us. So that must be more of a thing in the US then. We don't really know about that over here, but quite a good thing to have. Oh, holiday in the US. Okay, nice one. Okay, well, we learn something every day. Also, happy Martin Luther King Day. Yes, Sarah, so you're working on a US holiday then? Lizzie Kingsford says bye all, she's off. She's done. We've got 2.5k to go. Jeff is feeling blue. He's got that post run event blues syndrome because the spine has now finished. Lizzie Kingsford says, see you all soon. Take care, Lizzie. Bye-bye.
It's so easy to get set up with Zwift Running. Here's what you need. Firstly, access to a treadmill. It could be at home or at the gym, but any treadmill will work with Zwift. To get you moving in game, we need a speed source. Traditionally, we use a foot pod like the Zwift Pod or the Stride, but you can also use the Run Smart treadmill sensor, your Apple Watch, one of the newer Garmin watches, the TSS app, and if you have a smart treadmill, your treadmill will connect directly to Zwift without the need for another device. Now simply download the Zwift app onto a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. Finally, pair your speed source in the app. Pairing heart rate from your watch or a chest strap is also a great addition to Zwift. And that's it. You're all set up for solo runs, solo or group workouts, challenges and real-time racing on Zwift with people from all over the world.
Marcus says he's sorry to miss this one, but he will see us tomorrow for the hard interval sessions. So that's Marcus Holmes. Sarah has got her son at home. Her company doesn't take the day off for Martin Luther King Day, so she's working from home. Paul Hayward. What's that? Yeah, let me just make this clear. Watching me running doesn't count towards your weekly mileage. I can't make that clear or plain enough. Sitting on the sofa, watching me run, or Victoria, you can't add that to your weekly mileage. That's just not how it works. Right, okay, up to 9.8 now. 9.8 says Amy Green. Thank you, Amy. 2 kilometres to go. 12 minutes of running left. Joanne Notman has a chip butty. How can you eat a chip butty when you are running? Question mark. Exclamation mark. Right, Kevin DeLuca's Yellow Beacon group are going for 11 kilometres per hour for the last kilometre. Amanda loves a chip butty. Red sauce, brown sauce, or gravy, or curry sauce, question mark. Or mayonnaise, question mark. Paul Deering is loving the course. Yeah, or applesauce as well is the other option. Brown sauce, red sauce, mayonnaise, gravy, curry sauce, applesauce, mayonnaise. So many choices. Or you could just have it plain, of course. Horseradish sauce. Victoria doesn't know what she's talking about. Right, I'm going to go and give some ride-ons, I think. Oh yes, real butter. Yeah, absolutely. We've got to go for real butter. Right, I'm going to go around as many people as possible and drop some ride-ons. Well done, Mochnik. Well done, Cunningham, Kleinman. Oh, we've got a couple of US runners there. Look, Kleinman and Cunningham. Philippe. TB Incredibles. Scrambled Legs. DR from Germany. Ketchup if you can. Zwift and Chips. Buns on the Run. Kevin DeLuca. Ms. Bud. Stefan Gross. Well done. Amanda Allison. Oh, I've already given Amanda a ride on. Who else have we got? Serial Killer. As in cereal, C-E-R-E-A-L. As in breakfast cereal. Westerberg, yeah. Hasta la Vista, some great names here. Lopez Romero. Oh, done that one. Vander Lee, done him. Let's go down again. Oh dear, come on, find somebody out. There's Ian Matthews, right, Ian Matthews. Sebastian. Paul Deering, well done to you. Lee Ryby. Amanda is now orange. Too much. Take an, Amanda. Stockman. Janoska. Other Incredibles, there's Victoria. Clive. Patino. Trev Wilson, fried little chip. Says Amanda. Elsom. Let's do a ride on for Clive. Clive Stride, excuse me. I think that's everyone. Oh no. Darren Van Dit is not well. Got a chest cold. Yeah, get better soon. Get well soon, Darren. At least there are no singed balls. Singed, not singed. So we aren't actually going to get to 10 kilometres now. We're going to finish on 9.9, aren't we? 7 minutes to go. 7 minutes to go, guys. Well done, everyone. Good work. Does anyone want to skip 9.9 and go straight to 10? Question mark. Yeah, 10 kilometres now for the final kilometre. That's what we'll do. We're going to skip 9.9. Stig is going to do stage 3 of Tour of Zwift at 8 o'clock UK time. Yeah, GMT, yeah. Stig says, good job, you guys. Thank you, Stig. Sabrina says, fun run, guys. Catch you next time. And Joanne Notman says, I'm okay at 11 kilometres an hour. Thanks. Kevin DeLuca was just suggesting going up to 12 kilometres an hour for the Yellow Beacon group, which are ahead of us. Right, up we go then. 10 kilometres an hour for the final kilometre. Let's do this thing. So another gorgeous run through Yumezi. I do love this course. Victoria loves it as well. I think I like it still better than Neokyo.
I do like Neokyo, but I've just been thinking recently, when I run through it, I would like it to get daylight sometime. So, there is that about Neokyo. Kevin says, thanks team for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed that. See you soon. Stay strong, stay safe, run on. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for leading again, Kevin, as always. Good job, buddy. Yeah, Stig, there are quite a few oddballs here. It is strange, but I sit and watch Clive Finnimore do his live streams, and it's strangely hypnotic sometimes watching other people run on the treadmill. It's not for everyone, but thank you very much if you've been watching, if you've enjoyed the banter and the silliness that goes on. We will be back tomorrow with some hard effort, so this is an easy run, a relaxed run, and most of our running on Zwift really is relatively relaxed. But 1 or 2 times a week we'll go for something hard, just to try and increase our speed, try and take ourselves out of our comfort zone, try and increase the VO2 max. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow evening. Get HR up as high as we can. Joanne Notman's HR is 174. 177 for Diana, Princess of Watopia. Nick, there will be a catch-up week at the end. Check out the middle of February, I think, something like that, when the Tour of Watopia comes to a close. There will be a week of catch-up events. Victoria missed out yesterday, so she's got to do a catch-up of stage 2 as well, unless we can email support, because she did run it. It's just it didn't count. Marcus is still loyal to hometown of Richmond, Virginia. He appreciates Yumezi, but Richmond is still his favourite. Darren Bandit likes the fan flats. Yeah, Trev Wilson says thank you, see you tomorrow. Yeah, hashtag screens for Victorious is still a thing. Right, apparently Clive Finnimore had his doves live streaming earlier on. Yeah, that is weird. It's weird to stream them, and then it's even weird to watch them being streamed. Thanks, guys. Lovely run again today. See you all tomorrow. Film my run 500 tomorrow morning. Paris Marathon interval session tomorrow evening. If you feel you are missing out on live streaming, you can always watch Clive's Animal Farm. Yeah, I know what you mean, Sarah. Innsbruck is nice, isn't it? And we don't run often enough on Innsbruck, I have to say. Where'd you like it? Oh, Victoria likes Ocean Boulevard, which is like one of the oldest courses on Zwift. I do like the jungle as well, I have to say. I've always liked running in the jungle on Watopia. All right, catch-up week is the 7th to the 13th of February. If anybody misses out on any of the Tour de Zwift runs, 7th to the 13th of February is catch-up week, and we are almost done. There it is, 10 kilometres done in 1 hour and 3 minutes. And Victoria has done 10 as well, we think. Yes, yeah, Victoria's at 10. Good stuff. We are done. Done, everyone. Take care. See you tomorrow. That didn't type correctly. Hang on a minute. There we go. Yes, Tina, see you in the morning. Denise M says thanks for the company. Ian Matthews says see you soon. Great fun again, says Tina. Watopia is still my favourite world, says Tina. Okay, we are done here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, well done, Lee. Good job. He kept up with the group. Nice one. Okay, that is it for us on a Monday. We've done our 10k community run. We will be back tomorrow morning, 11:35 UK time, for the Film My Run 500, and then 6:30 PM UK time for the Paris Marathon interval session. It's not going to be an easy one, but at least it's not as long as last week. I think 38 minutes is what we worked it out as. 38 minutes of hard intervals tomorrow. So take care, and we'll see you for that. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.